Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today's video is about my everyday makeup routine. Technically, I don't really have an everyday makeup routine because every day I don't wear makeup. This is sort of the look that I just go to when I have to leave the house and I actually want to look like I've got makeup on. I don't know, whatever. I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe and let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I do is I use a primer for my face. The one that I've been using for the last month or so is the Veil Mineral Primer from Hourglass. This is a really great primer. I find that it really helps my foundation to stay on, and I like the way it feels when I put it on my skin too. So put that on my face. So now for foundation, you guys know I've been loving this combo lately. It is my favorite like foundation concoction ever. This is the Dior Skin Forever Foundation and the Too Faced Born This Way Foundation. I've got 15 in this one and nude in this one. And I just do a half a pump of each on my hand. A little dabble of that, mix it all together. And then I'll do like one dot on this side. And then I like to use my beauty blender and just blend this in like so on an everyday basis. Or I don't know, I just feel like lately I've just been going for more of that natural look with my skin itself. I don't like to use a lot of foundation just because I can go in and spot conceal like these areas after, and then I don't have a full coverage everywhere, and I've just been loving that look. So that right there is like enough for this side, and I only did one dot there. And then a little bit up on the forehead, which I don't even really need any coverage up here at all. I just want to kind of even out the finish of my face because I'll have this everywhere else. I want it to look very cohesive. And then whatever's left over, I pull back really far on my sponge and just put a little bit on there just because I don't want like a lot of coverage on my nose. And if I put too much stuff on my nose, it ends up looking crazy. I don't know why the nose is so weird like that, but that's just what happens. So I've got some product left over on my hand. I'm just gonna use that on any areas that need some TLC. And then I'm gonna use the tip of my beauty blender to hit those. I'm also gonna go over my eyelids just a little bit with whatever's left over on the sponge. Okay, so for concealer, I've been doing the same thing for the past couple months with this as well. I mix like 500 things together. You don't have to, but this is just what I've been doing. So I got this sample from Sephora. It's the Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream from Sunday Riley. And this is just a very lightweight moisturizer, and I will mix it with these two concealers. So we have the Tarte Shape Tape and the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I believe I'm light warm in the Naked Skin and I'm light in the Tarte one, but I only do a little bit of the Tarte one because it is so full coverage, and I don't want it to look like super thick under here and like super covered when the rest of me isn't even really that covered. It'll be kind of obvious. So I'm just gonna do like a dot on the back of my hand. And then I'm gonna take the water cream moisturizer and just grab like a little bit of that and mix that together. I'm gonna dot that under the eyes. And then I'm gonna use the Naked Skin, which is almost out by the way, and just kinda bring that under there as well. So it'll be just a little bit more lightweight because of that moisturizer, and it gives like a really pretty glowy finish under my eyes, and I love the way that it ends up looking. So I'm gonna use the tip of my beauty blender just to blend this in here. And you can even, I'm bringing this down a little bit into this area as well, which you don't have to. You could just do it where you feel like it. Okay. So now I'm gonna set my under eye area. I've been using the same under eye setting powder for a long ass time. This is the H104 powder from Makeup Forever. They have other shades. This one is just the one that matches me. And I'm going to use my F35 brush from Sigma. And I'm gonna take this product right under the eyes. This isn't like a necessary step. I do this because it helps with any creasing and it kind of sets it for the day. It doesn't give you like any crazy coverage or anything. It's just gonna set that area and make it last. I'm also gonna bring this on the lids to set any cream product that we put up there. Now, a lot of days I won't even set the rest of my face, and sometimes I won't use foundation and I'll just use the Bare Minerals powder. Today I'm gonna do both just to show you that this is also something that I do. I do sometimes use both. So I'm gonna use that right now. This is the Fairly Light Matte Foundation. Come on! fine. This is the Fairly Light Matte Foundation from Bare Minerals, and I like to use this with my IT Cosmetics number 7 brush. Is that what it is, number 7? Yes, this one is the best brush ever. I love this stuff. So I still really want to do a video on how to use Bare Minerals like on its own. That will be coming, and I've been talking about it for like a year, but yes, I want to do that video very soon because I used to work at Bare Minerals for like a year-ish, year and a half. This is not actually the way to do it when you're using it on its own, but I'll do that video soon. And then for bronzer, I've been loving the Bronze Goddess by Estee Lauder again. I'm in the shade medium. I get asked that a lot when I use this because I forget that they've got different shades in this one, but it's in the shade medium. It's a beautiful red toned bronzer, so if you want something to look almost like you almost got a little sunburnt, I know it sounds kind of like a bad thing, but it looks very realistic. So I'm gonna use my Tom Ford bronzer brush and bring it up here on the forehead first. But see, I just feel like it's got that like reddish undertone and it looks like I was out in the sun all day. Warm me up. I am so pale right now. I have not seen the sun, I don't know, since like August. And then I'm also gonna bring this down on the jaw, down the neck, all up on the cheeks. Don't forget the nose. So now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring. It's not going to be anything too crazy. Where's my Eda brush? Here it is. Okay. This is like my newfound favorite brush. I've had this for years. It was super, super popular for so long, but I've been using it a ton, and it really is the cat's pajamas. So this is the Nars Eda brush. I know you've probably heard about it, but you haven't heard about it in a long ass time, but it's still really good. I like to mix these two together. You know how I used that Make It Forever palette from before and it had the H104 powder in it? Well, I'm also gonna use, I think it's the S116, I believe is the shade here. They, again, have other colors in that. So I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna mix it with the Charlotte, oh my gosh, there's hair everywhere. I'm gonna mix it with the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. And I'm going to use this shade here as well, but I'm also going to use this shade later for highlighting. So I kind of already have them both here. If I didn't have both of these here, I wouldn't be mixing, but since they're here, I do, because the Make It Forever one is very cool toned, and then the Charlotte Tilbury one is a little bit more warm. So there's that. I'm going to bring this to the top of the ear here and just right there in that little area. I've got videos on how to contour if you're curious, but I will be doing an updated one soon just because I've kind of switched it around. I don't do it totally the same as I've done it in the past. Also, that video that I did with my friend Stephanie on how to apply makeup, I go over it on her as well if you are curious. So I will link all those videos down below if you want more information. And then the most important part on me is this area. Whew. This in here is where you can tell when I've gained and lost weight. I don't know what it is. I just always cut this real good with this product. And then I like to go back in with my big old brush and just kind of smooth out my lines so it's not too crazy harsh. So now I go into my highlighter. I don't do blush first, I'll do the highlight first just because then it sort of peeks through the blush instead of it being kind of like a highlighted stripe on my face. So I'm gonna go back into that Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette and take the highlighter. I take another F35 brush from Sigma and I just kind of swirl it on the tip of it and I halo it right here like a little C, like. And I don't carry it too far in because then that's gonna highlight that area and make it pop out in a not so good way for myself just because I've got pores in there and I want this not to be so pushed out. I want to look thinner, so I want that to look more sunken in right here. So it's mainly up here that I want to pop. I take that here on the Cupid's bow, and then I'm gonna use my finger to put it on the tip and then the bridge. So sometimes when I really don't care and I'm like rushing out of the door, what I'll do is I'll actually take that same brush and I'll put it on the highlighter itself and I'll just bring it through all over my lids. And it's so subtle, it just gives a really pretty sheen. I'll kind of like go in with my finger, smooth it out so it's not like crazy intense, but it gives a really nice pretty sheen on the lid itself. I like it. So now this next step I don't do every time I do like my everyday makeup routine. This is kind of like if I want to look more va-va-voom, if I want to take it to the next step, and if I have extra time. So I am grabbing my Ardency In Modster liner. This is in the color Coffee. It's gonna be kind of weird. I'm gonna bring it like up into the lashes on the underside. So I'm gonna look up into the mirror and just kind of get that point up in there. And then I'm just gonna glide a little bit on its side here. And then I'm gonna grab a brush with whatever's left on it and kind of just blend that out. Kind of flick it up so that it fades, and you kind of have to do it before it dries because otherwise it's going to be hard to blend it out. And it kind of just gives you this little quick smoky look without actually having to use like eyeshadow and stuff. And then whatever's left over on that brush, I just kind of halo down here a little bit on the outer edge. And that's not even with shadow either. It's just kind of like leftover product from that pencil. So that's if I want to do like something just a little bit extra, if I've got extra time and want to be a little fancier. So now I'm gonna fill in my brows. I love the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I'm in the shade number 3. It is a little bit darker than my brows, but I kind of like that look. I don't want them to be too filled in, and now every time I say that, when I'm filming or doing like a live stream or something, they end up being like super bold. So we'll see how this goes. To try to prevent myself from going too overboard, I'm gonna pull back further, which means just like hold further back down away from like the tip so that I don't apply as much pressure. So I don't like to raise my brows when I do it because then it will change when you put them back down. So try to keep them normal. Just put your chin up so you can see and access the area easier. So I'm coming from below and just kind of feathering this through the brow and getting that lower line started. And see, I scooched up a little closer as I needed more pressure and more product. See what I mean? They ended up a little bit more dramatic over there, but that's okay. Now I'm going to bring this way and pull straight up to get the front to be a little bit more feathery. So now those aren't done. They look different every time, I feel, but it is what it is. Now I totally forgot about blush. The one that I've been loving recently is this one from Nars. It's called Free Soul, and it's this really, really light shimmery pink, which is totally different from what I would normally gravitate to. I'm gonna use my Tom Ford cheek brush and just apply like a little bit and then shake off the rest, and it gives just this really beautiful flush. It's perfect for spring, and even though it's only February right now, I'm ready for warmer weather. I'm ready for the spring stuff. So I'm gonna flush this just a little bit here on my cheeks, and I just think that's so pretty. It just adds like this really pretty glow, this really pretty flush. I'm gonna hit a little bit up here too. I don't know why, just do that. Nose and chin. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to this side. So for my lashes on a day-to-day basis, I do not wear false lashes. I like rarely ever. I used to only wear false lashes, but ever since I bought that, what's it called? That like lash serum from Rodan & Fields last year, might I add, I still have it and I still use it from time to time. I use it maybe like twice a week, and it just maintains my lashes and keeps them super, super long, and I'm obsessed with that stuff. So with that, and then my mascara, I use the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. I like never wear falsies. So I'm gonna use, these are some Tweezerman eyelash curlers. Curl my lashes. And now I'm gonna go in with the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara and coat the crap out of them. Okay, and now for my lips, I don't usually wear some sort of like lipstick or something like that. If I do, lately I've been using the Nars Summer Fire lip product. I don't even know what this is. It's not like a gloss, it's not a stick, it's not a liquid lipstick. I don't know what this is, but it's awesome. I'm gonna do this today because this is so pretty. You like squeeze it out and then rub it in. It's one of those products that mixes with your natural lip color and will look a little bit different on everybody. And I love the regular lip glow like balms so much, and then when I saw this, it was like, that is perfect. I don't normally like glosses, but this gives a beautiful feeling to the lips. It's not sticky at all whatsoever. It just feels good. All right, you guys, so I just went ahead and did my hair because it was looking crazy. It's day 3 and yes, but whatever. I love this look. I know it's like super simple and super basic, but I feel pretty when I've got this on, you know? I don't know. It's just like a me but better sort of look. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what your everyday routine is, what products you love to use on a day-to-day basis down below in the comments, and let me know what you want to see next. I'll see you guys later. Bye.